What's up, everybody? It is Luke Bello with the Sideline Scoop, and today I'm going to talk about Aaron Rodgers and sort of the press conference he had the other day. I think it was yesterday or the day before. It was some day in the recent past, but basically he talked about sort of what he sees for this offense coming to 2020, some of these receivers, some of these other things. So that's what I'm basically going to break down in today's video. All right, so as most of you know, the biggest offseason topic was the drafting of Jordan Love. Most people were like, come on, please pick a wide receiver. We really want a wide receiver. Of course, we know that didn't happen. Aaron Rodgers seemed to be a little shocked, I guess you could say, that the Packers didn't draft a wide receiver and that they actually drafted a quarterback instead. But it seems now that, enough months have gone by. It seems that, with Boyle, with Jordan Love, with Aaron Rodgers, it seems to be one big happy family. Aaron Rodgers is doing well. He's mentoring Jordan Love. He's helping them, giving them some pointers. And I think it's obvious at this point that Jordan Love still has a lot of room to grow, and he's not going to come in and take the starting job. He's most likely not even going to be the backup right away with Tim Boyle, looking super good in training camp. So starting off with sort of some things Aaron Rodgers had to say, taking a look at this wide receiver core in general, especially looking at the guys besides Devontae, looking at Lazard, ValdesScantling, Equanimeous St. Brown, and Jake Kumro, maybe Reggie Begelton. Aaron Rodgers basically said, I'm expecting a jump from these guys in year 2 and 3. And the biggest player he was sort of talking about was Marquez ValdesScantling. And this is what he had to say about him. He said, the biggest challenge for MVS is always going to be himself. It's a fight against complacency and to make the last couple days of practice his standard. That's what I said to him. That's what Matt said to him. It is top end. His top end is pretty damn high, his potential, but it's about being professional all the time. And so now it seems that through the first few days of training camp, the first few week or so, I guess week or two, ValdesScantling has been looking very solid, and now it just basically comes down to him being consistent. Aaron Rodgers is speaking on it, Matt LaFleur is speaking on it, that basically this guy has lots of talent. He has lots of potential. He just needs to be consistent day in and day out. So hopefully we can see that in Marquez ValdesScantling's third year. And this is what Aaron Rodgers had to say about the Packers offense in general so far in training camp. He says, I would say offensively we're much farther along than last year, especially understanding the offense. As a whole, our communication has gotten better. It's been pretty smooth on offense, but we're still a work in progress on offense with our timing. Considering Packers have, been in Matt LaFleur's system for 1 year, it would make sense that they sort of have things under control a little bit more now. They're not coming into a new season, having to learn everything right away and sort of having to get those things down. They've been through an entire year, and honestly, it's good that, this situation that's going on now, the virus and everything, didn't happen last year, because if it did, the Packers would have had, a lot of trouble throughout the entire offseason, not really being able to meet up. And I think that's an advantage the Packers have. They already have this offense that, they've been working on for the past year and sort of know and understand. And so for some of these new NFL teams who, maybe have a new system in line, it'll be a lot harder for these people to get the things down because they haven't been in person really learning it. And so the fact that the Packers have a year under their belt and basically now it's just sort of improving and sort of mastering the system, I think that, that is a very solid sign. And considering the Packers were 13-3 last year, I know lots of people were like, well, they should have been 9-7. It's like shoulda, woulda, coulda. They were 13-3. And I think coming into this year, I think they have that potential. And the last thing I want to touch on in this video is Aaron Rodgers was talking about sort of the personnel that they've been using on offense. And he was saying how it's likely that in the coming weeks and coming season, they're going to use a lot of 12 personnel. And for those of you who don't know, I'll throw it up right here. 12 personnel is basically using 1 running back and 2 tight ends on the field. As you can see, 11 personnel, 1 running back, 1 tight end. But with 12 personnel, because we have so many, solid tight ends, Tanyan, Mercedes Lewis, Jay Sternberger, Josiah DeGuara, all these tight ends who, have lots of talent, lots of ability, it would make sense that the Packers use this scheme a lot more because, they have multiple tight ends and, you only have to play 2 wide receivers at that point. So you could have Lazard and Devontae Adams out there and then put in, Sternberger, DeGuara, Mercedes Lewis, mix in any of those guys. But it seems to make sense considering we have so much talent at the tight end position. So why not, put 2 tight ends on the field? Not only can, some of these guys block, but also being a receiving threat. So I was reading a little bit about 12 personnel. People are basically saying that it's a good scheme to basically throw off defenses because not only do you have to look out for this tight end blocking, but also they can sort of sneak through the defense and get open for passes. But basically, it just makes your offense a little more sneaky, a little harder to figure out. And trickery is always a good thing to use, a good way to get in your enemy's mind to win the battle that you're fighting. So that is going to be all for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, I'd love if you like it down below. When people like it, it gets out to more people. More people start tuning in. We got more Packers fans, moving all together. So it's just a great time. So if you liked it, make sure you like it down below. And if you want to see some more Packers content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click the little red button somewhere over here. But that's going to be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys on the next one.